What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Corey.
And I'm Keisha.
And we are His and Herbs. And we're just some small time, and be big time gardeners growing food in the high desert of Southern California. All right, so today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about slipping sweet potatoes. And we were already in the process of doing this anyway. But lately, I've noticed that there's a lot of people online and a lot of Facebook groups and stuff that are asking how to slip sweet potatoes. So we decided to do another video. We know we've done one last year and the year before. Now we're giving you a third one. Slipping sweet potatoes is super easy, but it's not as fun to watch as like everything else.
And it's time consuming.
It is, yeah. It's like
really, you gotta just kind of put them out there and kind of forget about them.
Yeah, it's like watching paint dry, like for real, like because you're literally trying to watch grass grow. So we're gonna just show you guys two different methods that we use to slip our potatoes. Okay, so first we're going to show you what we have so far. Okay, so this, y'all see that? We started these potatoes around December, sometime in December. Wanted to get a head start to make sure we had plenty of slips to go in when it started getting warm, right? Because we want a lot of slips. So, but the thing about this is, I've never seen this happen this fast. This is a purple sweet potato, store-bought, organic. And honestly, these started sprouting. This one didn't, but the other one started sprouting. It's starting to create the slips, and it's only been like 2 weeks.
That's fast.
That's really fast. This one, as you can see, looks really far along. However, I made a mistake with this one, and we're going to talk about that in a moment. So that's one. And then we have this one here, planted same time, same day. And it's just now starting to slip. And I hope you guys can see that. So what's up?
Maybe there's something special about the purple ones. Maybe.
That's what I'm thinking. So let's go ahead and get into it. The two different methods of slipping sweet potatoes, as you guys have already seen from the first two potatoes that I showed you. The more common method would be to take a cup or a jar, and a lot of people like to take toothpicks and suspend the potato in the air. I just put it in the cup, and it's doing the exact same thing, right? So the first method would be just to have it just to root it in some water, about halfway up the potato, and it's going to generate some roots. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you don't plant it upside down like somebody I know.
Are you sure you did that?
I did. That's the bottom.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
because it has
so generally if you were to do this, your slips your roots would be at the bottom and your slips would be coming out the top. But because I think I planted it upside down, I have the roots and the slips both coming out the bottom underwater.
I've had that happen before.
Yeah,
but they start to grow, I think, all the way up.
You mean like out of the water?
They're going to grow.
Yeah, they're going to keep growing.
Yeah, they're going to grow.
They're going to keep growing. And I was worried that they would get soft and soggy and like they would like die off. But these things they're strong. They look nice and healthy. So yeah. So make sure that you have them right side up when you bury it. I did that with that potato, and I did it with this one as well.
Really?
Yeah. So it's starting to slip right. It's slipping right there. It doesn't have any roots yet, but it does have slips that are forming. Which is
that could that be because that's where the water is?
Well, when I did it last year and the previous years, I had them right side up, and I had roots on the bottom and slips on the top.
That looks right side up to me.
So it's going to produce slips. It's not. So understand what I'm saying. What we're saying is, no matter if you plant it upside down or down, or upside down or downside up, whatever, it's going to produce roots. It's going to produce slips. I don't know if I'm watching. I'm still learning, right? Because I thought, sweet potatoes is easy. But I'm noticing that this one, like I said, this one is slipping with no roots. So I'm wondering if this is going to have a different effect than that one did. because that one actually put out roots before it did the slips. They just came fast. Same thing with the other one. Show you the other one. Same type of sweet potato as the purple. It's the same. It's a purple sweet potato. And if you look here, hopefully you guys can see it. They rooted, and this only been like 2 weeks. It's only been 2 or 3 weeks, and they're already rooted, and they're already slipping. Ooh. This is the only orange sweet potato that we have that's in water. And like I said, this one is slipping, but no roots, which is odd to me, which makes me think, once again, I got it upside down. So this is the only orange potato that we have that's growing in the jar. And like I said, maybe if I had flipped it upside down, flipped it the other way, maybe it would have produced the roots before the slips. But right now it's producing slips, and we're going to see how this thing turns out. So like I said, the normal method of slipping potatoes is to put it in a jar just like that. And as you can see, ain't no toothpicks. This jelly jar, it happened to fit perfectly, and there it is. And the other two are just in cups, and they're doing just fine. One way of telling.
Hey, how did you get sweet potatoes?
I take all the fun stuff. Still taking the fun stuff. I'm just regrowing what I grew in previous years. Yeah,
I grew sweet potatoes
at the when we were living in the RV.
Here.
When? We didn't
I got a video to prove it.
I know you were in the video, but I don't know if you. I mean, maybe she did. Somehow I ended up with the sweet potatoes. I don't know. I ended up with the sweet potatoes.
I just thought about that because strawberries.
There she go again.
Watermelons. What
sweet
else?
Potatoes.
Now sweet potatoes, sugar cane.
Let me break down for y'all, since you want to keep bringing this up. She got roselle. She got passion fruit. She got a passion fruit plant that she's growing. What else she got? She got the ginger, the turmeric. I have not been able to do anything with ginger or turmeric this year, or I mean last year or the years before. She got the ginger and the turmeric. She got, what else she got? She got the fig tree. She's done all the cuttings.
That's because he lost a whole fig tree.
I didn't lose nothing.
A potted fig tree.
I didn't lose anything.
Disappeared.
Yeah, that is true though. I don't know where I still can't find it. I guess one way to tell that your potato is not upside down, that is right side up, is this looks like the stem that was where it was cut from the vine, and if that's the case, then that would be the bottom of the potato. So this potato should have been like this, right? But instead it was like this. So I'm gonna leave it like that, like I said, to see what happens next. And it's the same way on this potato. Like I said, it's upside down. The stem is out of the water, but on this one, yeah, it was cut on that end. The second method of slipping sweet potatoes would be, which is my preferred method, because in the past it's produced the most amount of slips, is to bury it or to plant it. Some people like to. You can actually plant the whole sweet potato, can't you, Keisha?
Mm-hmm.
Even with slips.
With the slip, with all the slips in there.
Yep, you can let it get slips and bury the whole sweet potatoes, and you will get sweet potatoes. Obviously, it's a waste because because each slip could be a new plant.
But what if they all grow? What if they all grow?
Well, let me take that back. It could be a waste if
we should try it.
Yeah, why not? We're gonna do it this year. We're gonna slip a potato, and then we're gonna bury it and see what happens, right? But this is my preferred method because it produces a lot of slips. In the past, this has been the way that's actually produced the most amount of slips. Yeah. That purple sweet potato is an exception to the rule. It's more of the exception than the standard. I have not seen the potatoes root and slip that fast before, or that in this amount of time. Like I said, none of.
But once again, we've never tried purple potatoes either.
Yeah, this is our first time with purple potatoes.
And it's organic.
Mm-hmm. And as you can see, all of these potatoes, this is the only one that's actually slipping right now. The rest of them, yeah. But you can actually see. The cool thing about using these clear containers is that you can actually see the roots. They've rooted. All three of them are rooted, but this is the only one that's produced.
Is that the only tray with slips?
No, we have other slips up there too.
Okay.
Other potatoes producing.
Once they get to growing, they go fast.
They go fast.
Yeah.
This way, once they start, yeah. See, look at that. See that? I didn't even see that one. I was so focused on that one, I didn't even see this one right here. And these could be slipping. So these two could produce slips by tomorrow. So this, like I said, this is our preferred method because once they do start slipping, they start putting them out really quick, which means you can get them off and get them into some water and get them prepared. Yeah, get them rooted even more and get them prepared for planting while this potato is still pumping out the slips. So this is our preferred method. It's nothing more than just burying your potato halfway in some soil. You can actually, like I said, bury the entire potato. It's still going to produce slips. But we just like to bury it halfway, let them produce the slips, and then we farm the slips off of the potato as they grow. We wait until they get, there's no rush. We still have quite a few months before we even got to plant these things. So we're gonna let them get as nice and tall before we start pulling the slips off and getting them ready. So and that's it. I was gonna take this potato and actually plant it in this bin, but I changed my mind because we just want to see what it's gonna do. What kind of slips it's gonna put out. So she's gonna demonstrate how to plant these in the soil.
All right, so
just halfway
down.
Can
they see?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna just plant these halfway down.
Yep. These are like the last two potatoes we had in the bag. They were the runts. Yeah. But hey, a slip is a slip, no matter where it comes from.
You showing Pepper Rookie you know how to get your hands dirty.
I am, since I was being a diva in the last video.
And that's
it.
And that's it.
Growing sweet potato slips are super easy. Not a lot of brain work. Just bury that thing, or take the right side of the potato and put it in a jar or a cup of water. Sit it on the shelf in a sunny spot and forget about it. That's it. Now, when you transition them to outside, one thing that I struggled with last year was a lot of them kept dying off before they were able to get established. And I'm thinking that was my fault.
We did plant them later in the season though, and it was really hot.
That was one reason. One reason was the temperature, and it was really hot. It was like
timing.
So that was my fault for timing. And the second reason is what I've just learned last year is that if you have in aquaponics, hydroponics, whatever you want to call it, when you're actually growing your vegetables and stuff in water, the roots that it put out in that water they're not ready to go into firm soil just yet, right? They have to transition. So when you have your slips sitting in water this entire time, and it's just been water, when you put it in the soil finally, it's gonna have a problem, right? It's gonna have a problem adjusting, and they could potentially die. And I think that's what happened with ours, is that they went from the water to the soil. They didn't have a chance to set, especially in the heat, and they ended up dying. So this year, I'm going to take them from maybe a week or two before they actually go outside. I'm going to actually put them in some soil. That way I can just transfer the entire thing to the bed instead of trying to actually plant the slips into the bed.
When I ordered those, they came in plugs.
Oh, did they?
They came in plugs like that. So
see, and I didn't even know that. Yep. So you live and you learn, man. You live and you learn. So y'all keep that in mind as you get your slips. It's okay to put them in water, I guess, as long as they're in the house. But to improve your success rate, put them in some soil and some plugs.
Especially if you live in the desert.
Yeah.
Because you take them babies out and they just...
The rules don't apply. The rules that you have not in the high desert don't apply to us. We got to follow a whole separate set of rules. So, but yeah, guys, that's it for sweet potatoes. Super easy. All right, so thank you guys for watching. We appreciate the time that you guys spend with us each and every video. And I guess we will see you guys in the next video.
See you in the next one, guys.
Peace out.